Hey guys, and welcome to the Dota 2 how-to guide for playing Huskar. This is a quick guide to give an overview on skills, suggest the skill and item build, and give some general gameplay tips. Huskar is a ranged strength hero whose biggest asset is also his biggest liability. He starts with 21 strength, 15 agi, and 18 int, and gains 2.4, 1.4, and 1.5 respectively, giving him solid health with low armor and mana. He plays best in mid lane or in an off lane in a 2-1-2 situation. His first ability is Inner Vitality. This is a targeted heal that has a long duration of 16 seconds and a short cast range of 450. The ability gives the target 2 to 8 additional health regen along with 5 to 20% of their main attribute as regen. This goes up to 15 to 60% if the target is below 40% health, making it a very effective heal for retreating allies. The ability has a 25-second cooldown and costs 170 mana. His second ability is Burning Spear. This causes Huskar to throw burning spears as opposed to regular spears and can be toggled on or orb cast. The Burning Spears ability applies a dot to the enemy that lasts 7 seconds and deals 5 to 20 damage per second. The damage stacks additively, meaning it will increase the damage each time you throw spears. This ability costs 0 mana and has 0 cooldown, but does cost 15 health, so even at rank 1 it will deal significantly more damage to the enemy. With a cast range of 450, this is a high damage early game harass ability. His third ability is a passive, Berserker's Blood. This causes Huskar to gain attack speed and magic resist based on how much health he is missing, with the gain being 8 to 20 attack speed per stack and 4 to 7 magic resist per stack. As Huskar's health drops, he gains more stacks of this ability, up to a maximum of 14 stacks when he is under 3% health, meaning his max attack speed gain is 280 with 98% magic resist. That's a huge sort of invulnerable Huskar if anyone's based on magic like that. That will completely negate Lina ults, Lion ults, massive magic nukes. This passive can be deadly when combined with a BKB to avoid stuns, but if they've got a lockdown that goes through BKB, you're still gonna die very quickly. His ultimate is Life Break. This has a 550 cast range and causes Huskar to jump onto the target, slowing them by 50% for 5 seconds and dealing 50% of their current HP as damage, while dealing himself 40 to 30% of his current HP as damage. This ability costs no mana and has a 45 to 15 second cooldown, and is upgradable with Aghanim Scepter to deal 65% of the target's current HP, along with having only a 4 second cooldown. Item wise on Huskar, starting out with 2 Gauntlets of Strength, an Ironwood Branch, Salve, and Tangos, gives solid damage with health boost sort of early on to harass. Moving on to getting basic boots and Helm of Ironwool, it gives you that regen to be able to throw your spears a lot more frequently without really having to worry. Then work on getting Power Treads, Armlet of Mordigian, and Helm of the Dominator. Following that up with a BKB when you're starting to teamfight in that, and working on items like Heaven's Halberd, Heart of Tarask, and Daedalus, along with finishing off a Satanic. This gives you the ability to let your health drop pretty low in fights because you've got a lot of it, so percentage wise, you're still going to have a good amount of health left even when you're on a low health percentage. Now, it also gives you the ability to pop the Satanic for massive lifesteal if things start to get a little too dicey. Skills wise, taking Inner Vitality at 8, 12, 13 and 14, with Burning Spears at 1, 3, 5 and 7, Berserker's Blood at 2, 4, 9 and 10, and your ult whenever possible and stats when you have to. This gives huge early game damage output which can push the enemy out of mid or push their carry out really. General gameplay wise on Huskar is he's a lot less played now than he used to be, since you can't orb cast with Ghost Scepter, and that used to be one of the big gameplay mechanics that came in 6.78 and was removed in 6.79 I think. But he still makes a fairly strong sort of mid lane, mid game hero with the farm, though he is very easy to counter, so is a pretty risky kind of situational pick. Any form of stun or disable that goes through BKB, as I said, makes him almost totally pointless to have, because he's going to want to be on low health and then he can get locked down and killed without doing much. In regards to midding though, which is where it's probably best to play him in my opinion, head out to the lane, blocking as much creep as you possibly can, and start throwing burning spears basically from when you get to lane. It'll quickly cause the enemy to use their regen up because it does a lot of damage, and they'll be moving back a little, which makes farming a little bit easier for you. Once you hit level 6, if you're up against the magic nuke hero, so someone that's based around having that big ult to do a lot of damage, you can usually jump them fairly happily, as you get a good amount of magic resist just from the jump, so even if you don't get the kill, you shouldn't die. Now, you're going to want to toggle burning spears on when you jump on them to make sure that you don't miss any sort of burning attacks or anything, so you get the maximum stacks capable with your spears. Also, with your ult you can gank other lanes fairly effectively, so make sure to control the runes. Into mid game you need to watch your health in fights and toggle on or off burning spears to keep yourself alive, as you can't lifesteal with it on because it is a unique attack modifier, so you're going to want to make sure to turn it off to keep yourself alive. Work on killing the enemy carry first as Huskar. Mainly due to the huge magic resist you get, it kind of forces their carry to be the one that fights you, because the other guys aren't really going to be able to take you down very quickly or efficiently at all. And since their carry is going to be beating on you, you're going to want to beat back on them. You're going to want to have burning spears on for the start of the fight and turn it off as your health goes down to let you lifesteal to stay alive longer. Getting as many burning spears really as you can, that's basically what you want to do on the carry. Just burning spears as much as you can, toggle it off, lifesteal, try and burning spears some more. If you can actually kill them with burn damage, that's great. Into the late game, you really fall off, but you're still in the same role. You're going to be wanting to focus down the enemy carry as much as possible. You're just going to be less effective at doing it. So that's one of the big things with Huskar, is you need to push more towards the mid game so that you don't fall off and end up being kind of a useless hero again. Now, you are good at melting carries with the big attack speed buff that you get, so get your team together more around the 20-minute mark, maybe 25-minute mark, when their carry's not going to be quite fully farmed yet, not really going to be coming into full effectiveness, and then just start stomping them. I hope you guys have enjoyed this guide and found some useful info here. If you have, please remember to leave a like, comment if you've got anything to say, and subscribe for more Dota 2 videos and guides. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time.